So today we shall see about the practical applications. This is the first session of doing the aptitude questions, the SAT standardized questions together. So consecutively, it will come up, then you have to subscribe, then practice. The first thing, I'm going to advise you to pause the video right now, then you can do it by yourself. Okay? Pause the video right now. Then do it yourself. Then you will learn from me and from the explanations. Okay, so let's go to what does the meaning of analogy before we just go to reading the questions. These 5 questions. What does the meaning of analogy? Analogy means nothing but it is the play of words. You're going to play with words, expressing the relationship, understanding the comparison, probably showing some sort of relationship, but correct relationship. We have to understand that it has to be correct, not best relationship, correct relationship. Let's go to the practical application. Number 1, it says peace, chaos. If peace is related to chaos, creation is related to what? First, before we go to answering the question, we have to understand the relationship between the two, peace and chaos. What are they? So, in order to build up the vocabulary, you should read. So, reading this vocabulary, you can understand this peace means some sort of calmness, okay? But chaos is a complete disorder. So these words are opposites, antonyms, right? So if you understand the analogy between these words, it's very simple to guess or to get the correct answer for the word creation. Creation should be the antonym of what? You see? Now you can answer. So is it good, the creation, the opposite of creation? Is it destruction? Is it construction? Is it manufacture? What do you think? The answer is you are correct. Creation, destruction. Destruction. Because you create, then you destroy. So the opposite of creation is destruction. You see? So let's go to number 2. I hope you already done it by pausing the video. So let's go to number 2. Assuming that you did it. What about poles? Go to magnets. Poles and magnets. What poles? Poles. Are we talking about the poles erected for electricity and telecommunication dissemination? Or we are talking about the part and parcel of magnet? What do poles and magnet relate? And what battery and something else relate? Before we go to this verse, you have to understand this verse first. Okay? The relationship between poles and magnet. So, poles, we are not talking about the poles which stand to take care of the communication or electricity channels around the long say or roads. So poles is a kind of part and parcel of magnet. So North Pole and South Pole, right? You already know magnet repel each other when all the poles are similar and attract each other when the poles are different. So poles, we talk about this analogy, we think about that poles in magnets, poles. So poles are emanated from magnet. So what is emanated from? Battery. And poles coming at the top of the magnet. You see? North Pole, South Pole. Then something like that, right? Repel each other. So what about battery? So sorry. So what do you think about battery? So batteries have what? Cells, power or energy or terminals. Based on this relationship, definitely it is terminals. So we can relate poles with terminals. Negative, positive, terminals. Alright? So terminals is the correct answer here. Let's go to number 3. I hope you already did it by pausing the video. But let's do just the practical application. What about conference and chairman? The relationship between these 2 words. Conference, chairman. Chairman do what? Chairman do what? Chairman does lead, right? Lead conference, right? Acting like a leader and take care of the agenda and give him the chances and something like that. Anyways, the leader of the conference is chairman. What about newspaper? Newspapers can be led by who? This chairman is a person. So we need to take care of a person here. Okay? Nothing else but a person. Because this is a person. Conference, person, led by a person. Newspaper led by a person, one person. So, reporter, printer, distributor, or editor. So, definitely the answer is editor. Right? Right? Because newspapers are led by editors. So, editor is the correct analogy for this question. Let's go to number 4. Microphone, loud. Loud. Now, this is not the opposite, just like number 1. This is not who does what, just like number 3. Microphone, loud. Microscope, what? We have to understand the two words analogy, relationship between the two. So in this case, microphone, loud, microphone, what? So they do what? Just like that of number 3, right? So microphone makes things loud, voice loud. So microscope, do what? Do elongate, magnify, investigate, or examine. I know that you are going to be confused with exam, but the point is, it's not about examination. It's very far away when you go about the comparison of the analogy of the two with that of exam. So microscope must be related with that of magnify. This is the correct answer, not the best answer. Alright? It's the correct answer. So in this case, microphone loud, magnify, microscope, magnify. Right? That is the analogy. The relationship between these two and these two is the correct one. So as I told you, you have to understand the relationship between the first two given analogy or two given words. Understand the relationship, then you can understand, you can get the next one correctly. So what about country president? This is the same as that of number 3, right? Which means that the country can be led by president, person, and the state can be led by who? Person. So what is that person? Lawyer? No, right? Because lawyers do some sort of things related to law. What about king? What about governor? What about leader? These 3 can be some kind of giving you fallacy, or let's just say confusion. But the point is, you have to select the correct ones anyway. So in this case, we have to eliminate the distractors, just like I told you yesterday or the day before yesterday, right? So what are the distractors here? So king is the distractor. Why? Because king cannot lead a state. King is leading kingdom, right? Kingdom can be led by king, like for example Saudi Arabia, right? King is not the correct answer in this case. What about leader? Leader is also a distractor in this case, because leader is some sort of general kind of leadership it shows, right? A leader of a company is a leader of a state is a leader of a country is a leader of a family is a leader. So we cannot make a leader here in this leadership of statehood, right? So it has to be specific, just like that of country, led by president, right? So the state must be led by governor. This is how you do analogies. We'll do many other analogy exercises later on, because these are just simply few of them and have one type of providing some sort of question. Okay? So, this is what I have for today. I would like to say thank you very much for having me. Have a nice day.